to have the confidence and the awareness to make checks. In a game like that. I just think he finally got a chance to show what he really could do if he, get multiple reps and really went out there to lead the team. Just can't say enough about him. He's developed, um, and he shows that he can. When no one thought he could, that he can lead our program.
What can you do at the line of scrimmage, and how much has that progressed in just the last 3 weeks?
A lot. If you think about since training camp, he can play under center, he can play in a gun. Um, do the K. He did the 2 delay games. He double called the cadence, which was a mistake. Just wasn't, thinking about it. But I saw the Oklahoma State game. They had a couple of delay games, so I said, well, maybe my kid gets a pass on that. But I just can't say enough about him and how much he's developed and how smart, and intelligent, and competitive. He was really getting after guys on the sideline, trying to get them to go. Made good decisions, didn't put the ball in a bad spot on the field. There was nothing really close to a turnover that he almost had, and just can't say enough about him.
He also seemed excited or almost grateful to have had that many plays. You could tell he enjoyed being out there as much as he was. I don't know if that's important, but in talking to us, he sounded like he had kind of had a fun day.
You want your quarterback to want to be out there and want the ball in his hands. And he's one of those guys. I don't know. I just can't say enough about him. His parents done a really good job with him. He's really been concentrating. His technique was, we grade everything. And he was in the 80% with his technique, 80% with his decisions. And I thought he was accurate enough to give guys an opportunity to make plays down the field. Had velocity on the ball. He threw those hitches out there. He got the ball out there before the defense could react. We just got to get some guys to help.
Would you characterize him then as a surprise, given that he's the third quarterback you went to this year, or is it more, hey, we just didn't plan to go to him this year and save him for the future?
I always said that I really wanted to just spoon feed him and make sure we developed him for the future. Make sure we had a guy, and I didn't want to throw him out there when he wasn't ready and get him busted up or have him in a situation where he could not do well. That's why, ultimately Coach said, all right, let's use him. And then we, sprinkled him out there a little against Minnesota, a little bit more, and he just keeps growing. And so we just, this game was like, let's get him out there and let him go out there and play.
What's the next step for him?
He's just got to continue to develop and grow.
He left early. Will you expect him to play this Saturday?
I'm
or
really
be available?
hoping so.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping so.
Each week we see a little more Cam, a little more Cam. Are there still going to be situations, though, going forward where you go to Jeff instead? And what kind of situations would those be?
If he can't play, that's going to be one for sure. But, that game, us and Purdue offensively, we are from the same tree of offense. So there's a lot of signals and a lot of things that go on during the game that are a lot alike. So early in the game when they were going in and out, it was that I knew knew the signals, so I didn't want to send a signal out there that, when Lewis scored, that was a trick play. They know that play. They know the signal for that play. So I wanted to just keep changing them so that, call the play from the sideline is what was going on.
Well, you mentioned there's some things that's keeping this team from finishing games. Offensively, what do you feel like maybe kind of holding you back in that regard?
I'm hoping that it's our inexperience, that we don't quite know that the pressure to win the game is right now, and you got to raise your level of play right now. And that's when we tend to jump off sides or get holding penalties or make mental errors. Is that, first quarter of the game, everybody's excited. You get out there, you fire your gun, you get after it, you try to shoot the first shot. Second quarter, you should get, settled in what's going on. And you go in at halftime, see where you are, make your adjustments. But that's when winning or losing begins, right there. And, we have not been able to come out on the field in the second half or in the fourth quarter and raise our level of play to a point where we can get over the hump and win. And I'm hoping that it's an experience. We're playing against veteran teams. There's about 7 or 8 seniors out there on that defense, and where we have a lot of young kids. I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm going to keep pressing forward and stay on them because we've got another opportunity this weekend. It's probably going to come to that moment of the game again where somebody's got to go make a play. We try to challenge them at halftime that at this point somebody's got to go make a play to win it. Somebody's got to make a catch or break a tackle or make the blocks or consistently do what you're coached to do. And that's when that pressure starts to build, that seems like when we start making a lot of mistakes, just not doing things right and just can't be good teams like that.
What's the frustration level for you personally? The way offense is working now.
Just frustrated we can't win. Not frustrated with our players. 'Cause I get it. They're trying hard. They're kids. I tend to not get frustrated with kids. It's not necessarily, in my opinion, an adult's responsibility to get frustrated with a kid. But I'm frustrated when I'm winning. I expect to win and find a way to win, especially when you got it in the fourth quarter and you're a score behind, or you're in the second half and you're 10 points behind or something, and you're going to make the plays to win it. So that's the only frustration I have, is that we can't find a way to win. But our kids are really battling. They're into it. They're committed to it. And if they continue to grind and continue to move forward, stay committed to the process, I'm not interested in being frustrated. We're going to just keep grinding them, keep coaching them.
One running back out there, yeah, Reams splitting out as a wide receiver at one point. Just how do you as an offensive coordinator deal with the injuries you've had this year?
This is the second year in a row. We've got a lot of injuries. And you just got to try to find ways to get 11 guys on the field that are going to, be in the right spots at the right times. But it's definitely an issue that we're having with injuries. We're watching a lot of teams play with the same 11 guys the whole season, and we haven't been able to pull that off, in the past couple of years. So we got to keep ourselves healthy.
Back to Cam for a moment. He went for it a few times with some deep balls or incompletions. Do you see those becoming catches in the future?
I think there's
how he went for it.
I think that there's, there was one where it was a third down and medium. We had everybody was in man coverage. He went to Ricky. He put the ball on him. Ricky can make that play. And he just, I said to him that may have been a time to go the other side on a slant. And he just went Ricky one-on-one. The safety was away from him. So he is interested in the matchups and where my guys are that are going to make the plays. There was another one down the field to Malik. I like the decision. I think he put the ball out there. They threw a couple out there. Their kid made the play. But at some point, we got to just go up and make some of those. Ricky made one on their sideline early in the game. But I like the decision, and I like the accuracy. He put the ball in the spot that gave our guy a chance to make the play.
You mentioned Oklahoma State, Oklahoma. I assume you saw some of the game or saw the highlights. When you see that kind of thing, you're thinking that's what it wants. Or something like that.
I'd be cool to score 60 or 70 points.
You like that? That'd be okay.
That'd be cool. We're probably a year or so away from, that. They got two of the best quarterbacks in the country, veteran players, really fast athletes all over the field. Guys that make one guy miss, and they race off in the end zone. We're still developing that part of it.
Are you closer? I mean, you see plays when you look at it on film. Can you see like a player here or there nearby? That type of thing is like that or no?
Every week there's probably 6 or 7 plays that these are touchdown plays. We just do what we're coached to do.
Okay.
Or we don't trip down and fall. That 4th and 1 call could have been a touchdown. We had 2 offensive linemen fall right there at the point of attack. Kendrick did a good job of getting the first, but we had, a hat on a hat with Kendrick running in there.
Okay.
That could have been a big play for us. There's a lot of plays like that out there that we just that moment when it's right there for us, we haven't been able to make that play.
You get the feeling that Cam's going to pop one of those running too. That sometimes he's just one little giddy
I
up
think
away
he's
from.
he's going to get a little stronger, lower body strength, so they can't grab his legs and knock him down. I think he's about 190 now. You can see him playing next season about 200, 205, a little more power, a little more strength. I think he'll run out of a lot of those tackles.
How often do you sit here and think, this year could lead to what we want a year or two?
I think that every second of the day. And that's why I keep pressing that no, don't get frustrated with them. I tell our staff all the time, keep coaching them, because ultimately these guys are going to become sophomores, and now they've gotten experience in all these stadiums against all these powerful teams, and they understand what it's like. I had a team at Arkansas. We were all freshmen, and I think I told this story before. We played Florida, Tim Tebow 1 week. I think they beat us 50-0. Played Alabama the next week. They might have beat us 50-0. Then we played Texas with Colt McCoy. They might have beat us 50 to something like that. And when those freshmen were juniors, we were talking about it because at that point we were on top. And I remember Joe Adams was one of our receivers, and Joe said, "Man, those guys are playing like they were mad at us, man." Well, then they got to the point where we were beating people 50-0. They had to go through the process. So I've been here before. I really wish you could learn and grow while you're having success. I wish that was how it was set up, but that's not normally how it works.
How do you guys